Hi, Rick Plympton. I'm CEO at Optimax. Optimax manufactures precision optics for research and industry. So just to give you an idea, we've been a key supplier to NASA for about 30 years. And pretty much anything NASA's launched, like the Mars rovers, have Optimax lenses on board. So at Optimax, we run our factory around the clock 5 days a week. And so one of the challenges that we've had is making sure that, like converting to EOT, that we're able to reach out to all of our employees, share the message about where our journey is taking us, and then hear back their concerns and their voice in terms of, you know, what they think about this journey, and make sure that we're addressing, you know, any tensions that might be coming up because of the path that we're on, because of some of the changes that are happening. As we go, we want to just make sure that we continue to reach out to all employees on all shifts, and that we're hearing their voice. So we do lunch and learn type of thing, and we make it happen on the day shift, the evening shift, and the night shift. And every time we do it, it's like a buffet setup, and there's at least 2 people from the board of directors that are there serving the food and then sitting down with the employees and having chats with them to hear what their concerns are, or just to hear what's going great. Converting from where we were a few years ago, in 2020, we converted to an EOT, and we put in place a new board of directors. And in general, it was a younger group of people, 40 years old, give or take a little bit. And my business partner and I kind of stepped back into a coaching role. And so we're still around, but you know, we're like old dogs in the game now. And these younger guys, they're leading the company. They're doing it different than we did it. They're doing it in their own way, but they're doing a phenomenal job. I'm from Rochester, New York, the home of Kodak, Bausch & Lomb, and Xerox. And in our community, there are literally thousands of families where the mother and father worked in one of the big 3 corporations for most of their career. And you know, for decades, those companies did really great. But in recent times, they've all fallen on hard times, right? And so the stock isn't worth nearly what it was 20, 30 years ago. And so we've got a whole bunch of families in our community that are not living the retirement that they thought they were going to have. And so when we survey our employees at Optimax and we ask them, do you want a piece of paper, a piece of stock with a promise for cash later, or do you want to share profits as we go? They always come back and say, we want to share the profits. And so this was almost 30 years ago. We set up a profit sharing program at Optimax where at the end of each month, we share the financials with our employees. We share what our revenues were, what our expenses were, and how much profit we made. And then we take 25% of profit and share it with the employees. And that's something that we've been doing since the mid-90s. And we like to think that the way we're sharing profits as we go along on this journey with our employees helps ensure or motivate engagement by all the employees. Now, there are some employees that are still kind of coming in and sleeping through their day, or you know, they've got something tough going on at home that's got them distracted. But by and large, most of our employees are showing up each day and coming in with their A game, ready to create value for our customers. Because we got so much employee engagement, when Optimax is having some tough issues, the employees get involved in creating solutions, whether it's greater efficiency or an innovation that can be leveraged to satisfy a customer project. So it's really powerful when it's not just upper management trying to come up with solutions, but when it's virtually everyone in the company working on creating solutions. It's like broadening the sphere of influence from just a few people at the top of the control pyramid to like almost everybody in the company participating and helping to create value. With the growth path that we're on, even if we have relatively modest growth over the next 30 years, Optimax will generate over $5 billion in revenue, and roughly half of that will be shared with our employees. $2.5 billion getting spent in our community, coming into our community and getting spent. If we can get a few more companies doing that, that's how we can strengthen families financially and strengthen our community. The Perpetual Purpose Trust has tenets in it, and to me, the three most important are never sell the company, always share at least 25% of the profits with the employees, and then the third tenet, which is a little unusual, the trustees have nothing to do with the operations of the business, but the trustees have the authority and responsibility to make sure that the leadership of Optimax is being benevolent, that nobody's being greedy or misappropriating resources, and if they are, they're like cancer in the organization, and the trustees can kick that individual off the leadership team. So in the year that we converted, I went out and met with some of our largest customers to share with them the restructuring of Optimax into an EOT. And the beauty of what came out of that conversation is that some of those customers were nervous about when was Optimax going to get acquired by some big conglomerate and how would that compromise their supply chain. And now they know we will never be acquired. We will always be independent. And so several of those customers are now investing in Optimax as part of almost like an arm of their company. Some of them are giving us cash up front on projects. Some of them are actually buying equipment, expensive equipment, and putting it in our facility knowing that we're going to use it to serve their needs. And it's just a beautiful thing how that just knowing that they don't have to worry about their supply chain being compromised, they can now invest in their relationship with us.